Oh my gosh. I mean, excitement is the biggest one. Anticipation. I'm just so ready for the world to get to see this side of me. And it's kind of funny, like you finish making the music and you feel like, whew, my work here is done. And then you're like, oh wait, now we got to actually roll this thing out. And there's just so much that goes into it. And I've been very, very just like intentional and particular and really, really leaned into it. So it's been a lot of work and I'm just ready for people to hear it. I'm excited. In a perfect world, I mean, my biggest thing that I want to come across in this album is that it's all encompassing of the good, bad, and the ugly of life. I didn't shy away from any part of it. And in a perfect world, like that song sort of sets up the album for what I'm trying to say, which is that in a perfect world, we would have all this money and we'd have a steady job and we'd never fight and we'd have all these things, but it's not a perfect world. And thank God, because it'd be pretty boring. And we wouldn't have all the amazing, beautiful things that come with imperfections. And so that song says it. And then I think from there, you can just enjoy the rest of the album for what it is, which is just honestly reality. Yeah. So I got married about a year and a half ago, almost a year and a half. And yeah, it's sort of just been like the evolution of life. There's still so much to write about when you're in a relationship, like, and just things that I haven't been able to really say before or even understand. There's just so much inspiration that comes from there. And so I tried to really, really dive into that. And I also like that mixed with being on the road the other half of the year makes for just really interesting inspiration. And I just tried to sort of cover it all. And it's been really fun. And it's also been like a really good challenge for me because I'm so comfortable with writing sad songs. Like that's just sort of what I've always gravitated towards. Like it's easier for me to do that. It was actually harder for me to like lean into good things about life and happy songs. And it's been a challenge and it's been so fun. It's been so good for my life. Like it's just been really awesome to get to do that. So I'm excited for people to hear all the songs. Oh, that's a good question. The song that challenged me the most to write was Average Joe and Plain Jane, because I've never written anything like that before. I wanted it to be so colorful and so I wanted the image to just be so clear to where you don't have to wonder at all. You can just picture yourself in that moment. And I also wanted it to be really representative of my life and like my actual experience. And so it was hard because I didn't want to mess it up. Like I clearly remember writing the first verse and the chorus, and then we were all like, okay, this is great. Let's not mess it up. Like, how can we finish this song and land the plane and say what we're trying to say? And I think we did it. It turned out exactly the way I wanted it to. And I think exactly the way it was supposed to. So that's what I would say. Yeah, it's been so fun working on the record with my husband because we've always written songs together and that's just always been such a special thing. I met him as a co-writer. I met writing songs with him years ago. And so I've always known him in that way. And when we started dating, it was like, that was just such a special layer to have in our relationship. And it still is, and it always will be. And so him getting to actually produce it has been even more special because now he just knows me so well. And he has a very different brain than I do. It's creative in a completely different way. And it works so differently than mine. And so he just comes with these ideas that like, I would have never been able to think of. And he's very smart. He's very mathematical and very has a structured brain. I could not be more different. Like I have these random creative ideas and he's able to kind of wrangle it all together and help me figure out what I want to say and how I want to say it. And it's just been so special. Like I think a lot of people feel like you have to have work and life so separate. And I think in some ways you do, but in a lot of ways you don't. And for us, it's like, it really is intertwined because music is such a huge part of our lives. And so it all kind of connects in this really beautiful way. So it's been awesome. Oh, that is a good question. Let me think about that. Will is the hardest worker that I know. And I've always known that. Like I've always known he was a very hard worker. But I've always watched him work on other people's projects and getting to see him up close working on this record. Like I'm not even kidding. I've never seen anything like it before. Like, I've never seen someone put so much of their heart and soul into something like he does. And it's so cool to see. Like, he is just so passionate, and he will not stop until the job is done, and the job is done right. And I just respect it so much, and it makes me want to work harder and be better. And that's been really cool for me to see. I've been trying to just sort of take it one thing at a time. I can be really bad about looking at the year ahead as a whole, or the year behind me as a whole, and getting so overwhelmed by it. And that does not keep you grounded at all. I'll just tell you from experience, it doesn't. And so what I try to do is just one day at a time. What do I got to do today? What's the good thing that's going to happen today? And just live that way. And then I think that makes me appreciate it a lot more. I think what also keeps me grounded, though, is my marriage. It's the most consistent thing in my life. And no matter what happens with anything else, that's the thing that's always going to be there. And my husband would never let me be anything other than myself. And I am the same with him. Like, we just keep each other very in check. We hold each other accountable. And I think that's just been the best thing for my life, especially in this season right now. Yeah, well, I think like that was my comfort zone, because that's really where I was at in life. And now this is definitely a new territory, but I will also say, like, it's not completely different, in the sense that I think there is still plenty of heartbreak and hardship that comes even when you're married. You know, like, things don't just magically become perfect. My life got better in a lot of ways, but life is still life. And reality is that life isn't perfect. And so I really wanted to have all of that in this album. So to show people that, like, yeah, it's great and it's beautiful, but there's also these other things that happen, and you just have to learn how to deal with it. Pretty Please, for example, is, I think, a really good picture of that. It's just like insecurity in relationships. And that's something that's such a relatable thing. But then you have songs like Average Joe and Plain Jane that are just the most beautiful things about life. And then you've got a song like Love is Tough, which I think is very all encompassing of what I'm trying to say with this album, is that, like, love is hard and it's not always easy. And it's something that you have to work for, but it's also tough in the sense that it's so strong. Like, it can withstand absolutely anything, and it is stronger than anything. And that's what I really want people to gather. Nashville is always going to be such a crucial part of my story, because this is my home. It's my home now, and it's also my hometown. And it's just had such a part in, I mean, it's the reason I love country music, and it's the reason that this place feels so much like home. Yeah, I think it just keeps me rooted to remember that, like, I remember being a kid and driving down Broadway and thinking that was like, this is country music. And then playing in the little bars, like, I can't forget that, because I drive around it every day. You know, I see it all the time. And so that keeps me I think that keeps me rooted. Oh, that's a good question. Okay, well, this is something sort of unique that I do, or it's unique now, but first of all, I have to have a cup of coffee, like, right when I get out of bed. And I know that's not unique, but, like, I truly, like, that is what gets me out of bed in the morning. Like, I have my cup of coffee. And so one thing I've been doing lately, because I try not to look at my phone first thing in the morning, but I flip through Better Homes and Gardens magazines and Southern Living and Country Living magazines. And I absolutely love it. It, like, starts my day off with bright colors and just, like, fun things and recipes and gardens. And I get all that without having to look at my phone. And I look forward to it every morning. Like, I seriously, you could ask my husband. There's a stack of magazines next to the couch where I sit with my coffee. And it's a great way to start your day. Yeah, I do have a good little secret I can give you. I will say, so the album ends on a song called Pretty Please, which is very, I think it ends the album on a very unsettling note, like kind of an unsettling feeling that you get. And I will just say there is a very specific reason for that.